Hello, everyone. So I am gonna. I have to say, this is not. My life is just crazy to begin with, and of course here I am in my car, and now it's raining. It's been like kind of drizzling all day here where I'm at in Odessa, Texas, and now it's like seems like it's picking up. Of course, I jump on to do a video for someone, and it's raining, so hopefully you guys can hear me well. If I'm yelling, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that I talk loud enough. I've been really excited to jump on here and share some tips with you guys. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Amanda Garten. I am a sideline to you guys, and hey, Kiara. I'm a sideline to you guys. I'm a level 1 to Emily Roberts, and I've been doing this for about 3 years. I'm a senior gold ambassador, and Kiara asked me to jump on and share some tips with you guys about maintaining high PV and how I do that. And the main way that I obtain high PV and keep it is through good customer service. So I wanted to kind of share my tips with you guys. So let me just first tell you that I am super yellow. I'm an introvert by nature. Most people probably wouldn't know that now because I have definitely evolved as a person a whole lot since starting this business, just through the help of these products, what they've done for me, my health, my mental health, and confidence as well through the changes that have happened in my body. I've lost about 50 pounds, so that can do a lot to boost your confidence. And just the business and kind of what it's done for me personally and the personal growth that I've had over the last 3 years. So Sarah Robbins uses the term formerly shy, and I think that probably is the best one that represents me. I always tell people I'm an introvert. They don't believe me, but formerly shy, introvert, socially awkward, whatever you want to call it, that is totally me. Super yellow. So just to kind of give you a little bit of background about me and my personality and kind of why I think the way I do or work in my business the way I do, or I've had to adjust to make the changes that I've had to make. So let me jump right into it. I see some of you are jumping on. Say hi if you do. So I'll tell you, when I started this business 3 years ago, there was kind of a cookie cutter way that I was taught, that we kind of went about whenever somebody approached you about Plexus. And whenever you first start, I know you're super excited. Somebody asks you about Plexus, and we all are guilty of, I call it Plexus vomit, where somebody says, "Hey, what is Plexus?" or "Hey, what are you doing?" And you immediately unload on them and unleash all of this newfound knowledge and excitement in every single thing that you've learned in the past however many days, because you're so excited and you're so passionate, and you just pour that out onto them. And I can tell you that I've learned that's not always the best way to approach people, because a lot of times it is overwhelming to them and it scares them off. And so I've definitely learned that less is more whenever you're having these conversations when somebody approaches you. Now behind the scenes, do I still do a happy dance? Do I still get excited? Do I still get nervous? Yes. 3 years later, when somebody says to me, "Hey, tell me more about Plexus," or "Tell me more about what you're doing," I still get excited. I still get nervous. I still hope I say all the right things, but I calm down, I keep a straight face, and I follow a format that has been working for me. And that's kind of what I'm going to share with you guys, and just some tips along with that. So, always listen to your person, your potential, whoever it is that you're talking to, whoever's asked you about Plexus. Always listen to them, listen to their needs, and go with that. Don't assume what you know that their needs are. There could be some health issues going on there that you never even knew that person was dealing with. And so make sure that you're asking appropriate questions, you're listening to what they're telling you, and then you go from there. So when somebody approaches me and they say, "Hey, what are you doing?" or "What company do you work for?" What is Plexus? And I'll also tell you guys that I almost never use the word Plexus on my Facebook. That's a personal preference of mine. I feel like it helps with the algorithms. It also helps with me maintaining and keeping people in my view and in my reach by not saying the word Plexus. I still do post business posts. I still do post product posts. I do post about what it is that I'm doing doing and what it is that I'm offering and how it fits into my daily life. I just choose to word my posts in a way that I actually don't say the name of our company or the name of our products. And I feel like that helps a lot. I'm simply sharing a piece of my life. And again, people don't feel like it is something that is being pushed on them or being forced on them. But at the same time, they're still getting the same information as if I were saying Plexus every time I was putting those posts out there. So a lot of times when people come to me, it is, what are you doing? What company do you work for? They're not even really quite sure. They know it's health and wellness. They know some of the things that I've talked about, but they aren't even really sure what company I work for. So I tell them, well, I actually work for a company called Plexus. It's a health and wellness company. And I may say, have you ever heard of us? Or have you not ever tried it before? Like, are you crazy? You never tried Plexus before? Like, I love it. And I ask, like, what drew your attention, or what's your interest? What are your specific needs? And then I go from there. So you guys, if they tell me, so back in the day, I had this like cookie cutter script that I used when somebody said, hey, what is Plexus? And I would say, oh, it's a health and wellness company. We have natural products, and we focus on blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. Our most popular combo has this drink that helps regulate your blood sugar. That's our flagship product. It's going to help you lose weight. It's going to, regulate your blood sugar, cholesterol, lipid levels. We have a really great cleanse that goes with it, and a really awesome probiotic, and right? I would totally explain the triplex combo, which is our most important combo. And it has this little thing. I thought was small, but it's still kind of a book and still kind of too much information. So I tell them it's a health and wellness company. We focus on blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. Sometimes I don't even always go into that. A lot of times I just say it's a health and wellness company. So kind of depending on the situation. And so I ask them what their needs are. So if somebody says to me, well, I'm really just looking for a great multivitamin. Awesome. We have the best multivitamin on the market. It's actually the only multivitamin that has a gut health factor to it. I'd really love to tell you more about it. And I share with them about our multivitamin. I do not go into other products at that time. If they've approached me about a multivitamin, I give them information about a multivitamin. Now, if they say, and typically from there, they may bring up energy, they may bring up some other things, and then I'll begin to share them information. Well, we have this that will help with that. But I try really hard to not overload them with information and not overwhelm them. Say they tell me I want to lose weight and I need more energy, I want to feel better. That's typically the most common thing I would say is lose weight, more energy, feel better. So if they tell me that, I'll say, awesome, those are actually the exact same reasons why I started these products in the first place. So I would love to help you. And I'll say, we actually have a few different combos that are going to help you with that. So it's going to kind of depend on what your needs are. We have a really awesome detox combo that's going to kind of get to the root of your problems. We have a really great combo that's good for emotional eaters. We have a combo that's great for people who live an active lifestyle and work out. And then we have a combo that's really awesome for people who eat a lot of carbs, your sugar lovers. And we have another combo that's really just going to focus on energy level. Which one of those combos do you think sounds like it's going to fit you the best? You notice I've yet to say any product names. I've yet to give any full descriptions of any products that we have. I've simply given them an overview of some of our most popular combos. And so then they'll tell me from there, well, you know what? I am an emotional eater. What's that about? Did you say something about emotional eating? Or they may say, I've really been thinking about a good detox. What's the detox combo? And so from there, whenever they tell me which one of those little categories that they fit in, I'll say, okay, great. Well, that's actually our triplex combo. That's the combination of products I started with. I still use. It's 3 products, and then I kind of briefly explain Slim, BioCleanse, and ProBio 5, and tell them, this is how it's going to help them. But I still keep it brief. I still focus on their needs and what they have told me that they want to what their goals are, and then also which one of those categories fits them the best. So typically from there, they'll say, okay, how much is this going to cost? Or we'll go into price, right? And I'll say, well, actually, we have a few different pricing structures, so it's going to depend on how you shop. This combination that we just talked about, so we've decided on what products are going to be best for them already. This combination is going to be somewhere between this and this, and I give them the retail and I give them the ambassador, so the highest and the least prices. It's going to be somewhere between this and this, depending on how you shop. We have 3 shopping options. Retail is great for one-time purchases. There's really 0 commitment, but it is going to be your most expensive option. Preferred customer is really awesome. It's going to save you 15% on your order. This also is going to set you up on a monthly subscription, so you don't have to worry about running out of your product, but we can cancel or change that at any time, so you aren't locked into anything. And then we have our ambassador option. That's going to save you 25% on your product. You pay a yearly membership of $34.95, and this also gives you the ability to sell Plexus to or share Plexus with other people. Which one of those options do you think is going to fit you the best? Again, always give them a few options and then say which one of those options is going to fit you the best. And so then they'll usually tell me. You guys, I cannot tell you in the beginning how many times whenever I would have these conversations with people, I would immediately jump to the ambassador option because I wanted them to join my team so bad. And even now, sometimes when I have people that I want on my team so stinking bad, it's really hard to refrain from that ambassador option. But it's really important that we are concerned with them, their needs, and meet them where they're at and help them reach their goals, okay? And I've learned that by doing things on their timeline, they're a lot more likely to join my team when the time is right, start as customers when the time is right, and they're going to be a lot more successful versus me pushing what I feel like is the right thing for them and what I feel like the proper timeline is. So it's really taking them into consideration, regardless of what I think is always best. Sometimes people choose retail, which is absolutely insane. There's no reason ever someone should order and not at least order preferred, because literally they can cancel the next month if they choose to not continue to order. It's absurd to me. But even though it's against my better judgment or better suggestion, I still have people order retail. So I always ask those 3 options, which one of those sounds best, sounds like it's going to fit you best. If they say, hey, tell me more about the ambassador option, then I will go into some details on becoming an ambassador. If not, they may select retail or preferred, or they'll say, it may ask me some questions about preferred before they go that option, but we really nail down what their shopping option is going to fit them the best. So then from there, they're ready to order, right? We've talked about their products. We have the product selection. And then now we've talked about how they're going to shop. You notice I've yet to give anyone my website, right? Like, I do not give them my website until they are ready to place an order. So even at this point, we've got our product selected. We know how we're going to shop. And then I'll say, okay, great. Would you like to place the order through my website? You can pay online and it's going to send straight to you. Or would you like for me to place the order for you? I give that option to every single person that I'm in a conversation with. You have no idea how many people take advantage of it. And I find that it helps them out. It saves them a lot of time. And I also don't have to deal with someone who keeps saying they're going to order, but they don't have enough time to get on my website and order, right? So in that case, I manage their account for them. I have, no lie, probably about 20 accounts that I manage for people. I just dropped my pen. I don't know if I need it, but I have probably about 20 accounts that I manage for people. Sometimes I just get their account up and going, and then I always give them, hey, just in case you need it, this is your password and your username and password, and then they'll kind of take over ordering their accounts themselves. But I have multiple people that I text, hey, just heads up, your preferred customer order is going to process in a couple days. Are you still good with how everything is set? Do we need to make any changes? Wanted to check in on you. And I may go in and change their order if they need something changed. And it really adds another level of customer service. Does it take me a little bit more time? yes, it takes me a little bit more time, but I promise you it's worth it to just be able to offer that extra level of service to your customers. A lot of times people say, oh, I didn't even know you had a website. Of course, I'll order from your website. Like they've completely forgotten at this point, because I've been so involved with the process of them selecting their products, and they're so used to people saying, oh, here's my website from the very beginning, that they've forgotten that's even a thing. So they'll say, oh yeah, I'll love to order from your website. At that point, I'll give them my website. I always follow back up if they do not, and I'll say, well, hey, let me know, if you've got any trouble with the website. I'd love to, help you through it if it's confusing or anything like that. Now, if they do not order on the timeline that they say, yeah, I'm going to get on tonight. And a lot of times people say that, yeah, I'm going to get on later tonight and look. Or, yeah, tomorrow I'm off, so I'm going to look. And I'll check back in with them. Hey, did you, I noticed that your order didn't come through last night. Like you said, you were, well, think about your wording there a little bit. You don't want to sound pushy, but I'm like, hey, you said you were going to jump on an order last night, but I didn't see anything come through. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have any trouble with the website. I always revert back to that. And so you're asking them why they haven't placed their order yet, but you're not saying the words, why didn't you place your order? You said you were going to order. It's always about them. It's always helping them. A lot of times it's, oh, I haven't had the time to get on or whatever. And so then I go back to, well, remember, I don't mind placing that order for you if you'd like for me to. So I always go back to giving them that option. Also, follow up. And so, wait, before I go into that, let's talk about how the order in which I went through some of those things. A lot of times you're going to have people say, they're going to approach you and they're going to say, hey, I just want to look around. I don't know what I want. I just want to look around. Can I have your website? I typically don't give them my website unless they're really pushy about, I just want your website. I'll say, yeah, I'd love to give it to you, but why don't we chat a little bit? What are your goals? What are your health goals? And I can kind of help you from there, and we can talk this out. I know our website can be a little overwhelming with, with all of our products. Back to step number 1, what are their goals? Figuring out their products. If somebody messages me and says, hey, how much is that stuff? About how much is it going to cost me each month to do Plexus? I do not give any prices until we have went through, and I'll say, well, it's really going to depend on what products you take. There are different price ranges on the products. There's different shopping options. Why don't we talk about what your goals and needs are, and then we can kind of go from there and nail down. Once we kind of know about what products you may be using, then we can talk about price. And the reason that this is so important is because it really gets people in the mindset of knowing what products they're going to be taking, and they can already start thinking about how those products are going to help them with the specific needs and the specific goals that they shared with you. If you tell somebody, well, it's probably going to cost you about $130 a month, kind of depending on what you're going to do, it's going to cost about $130 a month or $100 a month, or whatever it is that you tell them, that number that you feel like is average, that's likely, if that's out of their budget and that's out of their range, they're going to shut this whole thing completely down in their mind, because they're going to think it's unattainable, and they're not going to see the value of the products and the value of what this can bring to their life, and they are not going to view that price as worth it. It's just, it's super important. So now if you get down to that price and they can't afford the triplex combo or, slim accelerator or whatever it is, and you do get to that and they can't afford it, you at least already know their goals. You already know some things. And from there, you can backtrack on products and say, hey, I know that this is an investment to make in your health. And I understand if you're not ready to make it, it's a financial investment as well as just, with your time and commitment to the products. But if you want to back up a little bit, let's start small, and then we can kind of start with one product, and you can work your way up later if you feel like that's the case. And then I'll do that, and I'll back down to, if they just want to feel better, less stress, maybe Vital Biome, or maybe even the multivitamin, and kind of get them starting small with just one product. I have the PB goal of $1,000 every single month. That's for me personally. It used to be $500. I bumped that up probably a year ago or so to $1,000. That's my personal goal. And you guys, I nickel and dime it. Like, I, no joke, nickel and dime my way past $1,000 PV almost consistently every month. And what do I mean by that? I have so many customers that order just ProBio 5 or just Vital Biome or just BioCleanse. I mean, just like, I am just barely getting there. People, moms who are dream teamers of mine who I want on my team that are ordering just the multivitamin for their kids. Okay. But I'm meeting them where they're at. I'm listening to their needs. It's what's important to them at this moment. And by them being consistent with that one product that they're on, they're beginning to trust our company. It's not breaking the bank. It's not breaking their budget. It's not too much commitment, but they're beginning to trust our products and they're beginning to trust our company. Do I still talk to them about other products when I feel like the time is right? Absolutely. Do I send every single person who orders from me, if they order one of these random things, a sample of Slim P96 body cream and I always call it Fast Relief Cream Ease, a little sample pack? Absolutely. I send them, and I may say, write them a hand note. Hey, I know we didn't really talk about Slim, but it is our most popular product, and so I wanted to send you a sample to see what you thought about it. Now, I'm not pushy in that area, because like I said, I'm super yellow, so I'm super not pushy, but I throw that out there, and I let them know. And a lot of times, those customers that begin with just one product, once they become, get where they love that product, and it's beneficial to them, then they will jump on board with something else, and they'll begin to see me as their vitamin girl, their probiotic girl, the person that they're going to get their health supplements from. Their husband mentions going to get a protein powder from GNC, but I'm going to be in their mind because they're already loving their vitamin that they get from me, and so they'll say, hey, do you guys have a protein powder? Yeah, we do. Would you like a sample of it? And I'll send them a sample of it if I didn't already, because usually I do. And people will say, I had no idea you had that, or whatever. So, really thinking about their needs, meeting people where they are. Do not be scared to nickel and dime your way there. Every single person that orders from you doesn't have to be on the triplex combo. And that is something that I used to think, because that's where I started and that's what I thought was the best. That's just what I thought. Everybody needs a triplex combo. Now, do I still think everyone can benefit from the triplex combo? Absolutely. But I also understand that not every single person is ready for that. Slim. Everybody's not going to like Slim. And also, when it comes to people getting started on the products, say something is not going right, make sure they know this is not all or nothing. So if they're struggling with the triplex combo, there may be one of those products specifically that is just not suited for them at that time. Help them figure that out and let them know, hey, if BioCleanse isn't working for you, that's fine. Now, do we encourage them to push through if they're willing? Absolutely. But don't let that be a deal breaker. Don't let pushing someone through the triplex combo be a deal breaker when probably they would continue to order Slim and ProBio 5 from you every single month because they're happy with those products. Every single body's body is different. Our bodies are different. Our timelines are different, and our mindsets are different. And you really have to pay attention to people and meet them where they're at and focus on what their needs are. Not always what you think may be best for their needs, but what do they feel like is the best for them with your guidance, and what are they the most comfortable with? Follow-up. Okay, I was like, where am I going next? Follow-up is so important, and you guys, as a yellow, I used to be so scared of follow-up. But you got to do it, and it's good customer service. It's really bad customer service to not follow up with your people. If somebody just spent $100 with you, or if somebody spent $30 with you, you got to follow up. And I set those expectations with people. So when they order from me, I let them know, okay, I'm going to be checking in with you to make sure your order comes in right. And I really want to work hand in hand with you to make sure that the product's going well and that, it's working for your body. It's really important to me that, you see great results, and I want to help you get there. So I let them know they're going to be hearing from me. Okay. Setting that expectation up front really helps. and then do it. Follow through with the timeline that you told them you're going to check in. Check in every couple of days in the beginning, depending on what products they're taking. Then check in once a week, and then you'll kind of get to a place where you're checking in at least once a month. But you're not to the once a month check-in until you know that that person is on a good, firm regimen and they are loving their products. You're not to once a month until that has happened. You want to make sure that you're getting there. And I always let them know, if we're getting to parts where things are difficult and somebody expresses that to you, thank them. If somebody says to me, you know what, I'm just really not liking this pink drink. I don't know what's going on. My head's kind of hurting. Like, I don't know. You know what I say? I say, hey, I just want to tell you, thank you so much for sharing that with me. You have no idea how many people are scared to tell me something bad, but it's really important to me that this investment that you've made works well for you. And I can't know that if you don't share these things with me. So thank you so much for letting me know that. You guys, I used to be scared to death that somebody was going to tell me they're having a die-off symptom. Like, I used to be scared, and I used to be scared to death they were going to say, hey, I hate it. The taste is horrible. I never want to drink it again. I used to be scared to death. But by talking to people and learning and hearing these things, it allows me to help them work through it. Is it a taste issue? How can we alter that? How can we fix that? And then if we can't work through all of those problems and it's coming up on their 60 days, hey, I know that we've had some problems and stuff. I just want you to know you do have that 60-day money back guarantee. I know you're loving the ProBio 5. Please know that our products are not all or nothing. If you feel like the other two, Slim and BioCleanse, are just not for you, you're more than welcome to get your money back on those. I'll help you do that, and you can continue with ProBio 5. Because people appreciate it. People appreciate it. They know that I'm not just after the sell. And it's crazy because by not just trying to get the sell, it's really helped me get the sales, if that makes sense. And it's just because I'm focusing on them, focusing on their needs, and meeting them where they're at. I have had people stop ordering from me completely because either they weren't happy or it just wasn't the right time, but they still will refer people to me. And that's huge, you guys. And for somebody to not like a product but still refer people my way, it really says a lot about the level of service that I offered them, and I really am confident that those people will then will come back around when the timing is right for them. Obviously, they're still considering me as that person to offer those things. So I think that that's really cool. I will share some of that, what I talked about. I actually have like written out in little scripts. That way you guys can kind of go through and copy and paste or change that wording a little bit so you want to review that. But that is what I have. You guys, I have absolutely nothing magical about myself. I'll be very honest. If you would have told me 3 years ago that I was going to be on high PV list, like, I would have told you, I would have laughed just like that. I would have laughed. No, not possible. I can't even tell you at the times that they were goals of mine, but they weren't goals of mine because I didn't believe that I had what it took. And when I realized that having high PV was a direct reflection of people trusting me with their health needs and how good that made me feel, that my friends and family are trusting me with their health needs, and that specific monthly goal that I have being on those PV boards, that's a direct reflection of their trust. It really changed my mindset a lot, and I can tell you that if you are not setting those kind of goals, you're not going to attain them. And to be able to set those kind of goals, you have to reach a point that you believe in yourself and you believe that you're capable of doing it. And if I'm capable of doing it, if Miss Shy Yellow Introvert, scared to post on Facebook, scared to follow up, scared to message anyone, scared to reach out, if I can do it, I promise every single person, any single person can do it. You just have to find that fire inside of you. You have to find that belief, and you have to find a system that works for you. So I hope that that is helpful to you guys. I hope that I've brought some value to your guys' lives. And I don't know, I can't wait to see you guys be successful. If you guys have any questions about any of that specifically, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them.